Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Sandip Das and you're watching Learn Tech with Sandip and maybe on LinkedIn Live. So, uh, in this session, I'm going to talk about the fresher's resume requirement or how a fresher should craft his resume, okay, or his or her, okay. Now, why I suddenly on a night I thought of making this video because of this particular um, ago. I will show the comment that one person have commented my LinkedIn share, not LinkedIn in the YouTube comment section, that for freshers, DevOps, no one doing freshers. I mean, that's I also felt kind of true because even I'm also when making the content, it's more of the experienced engineer. So I want to, I mean, I do courses for anyone I mean, having this zero knowledge also, but most of the contents are these days for more of a senior and mid senior engineers. So I thought, okay, let's make a difference here. Let's focus on a topic or I would say that for a fresher, how should be she or he make a resume? Okay, that we're going to cover today. Now, before starting, okay, I want that whoever joining, so hello, I think yeah, people started joining also. Hi, Amit, Gopal, Sai Kumar. I'm glad to see you that you guys have joined this night. And yeah, just when joining, say hi, hello, from where you're joining. Any question that you have in your mind, go ahead and ask. Okay, smaller, bigger, I don't care. I feel every question is valid. If you have any, go ahead and ask it. I will definitely answer. Okay. Of course, our beloved guru also here. Okay. Achilles. Okay. Now, uh, let me show. I mean, I will show you many resumes. Okay, and then I will tell you my views. Or if I mean, I also take many interviews, right, for different companies. I used to take a lot. These days, I reduce it, by the way. But anyway, I know when I'm hiring a junior, entry level, or a fresher DevOps engineer, what are the things I see in the resume? Okay, of course, there are some certain term, say ATAs are there, which is application taking software systems, right? So I'll be talking about all that. Hey Amit, बढ़िया हूँ. Akish, yes, keep asking the question and I mean keep saying hi, hello, and from where you're joining, and I will be okay. Like when I'm fresher, guys doing projects right. We are looking into our posts. How to explain that? I was definitely. I mean, this is a very good question, Sai, and I was going to cover this one as well. I pre-planned that, so I'll definitely cover this one. Okay. Now, uh, let me show you first a series of resumes to give you a very clear idea that how or what should be as a fresher your resume should be look like. Okay, and then of course you guys should have your counter question ready when I show it. Okay. Okay. If you want, I can also help for international candidates. I think yeah, that will be good. Guru, if you can join, I think that will be really great. Can you join? I will ask you the WhatsApp. I mean, because Guru is also very experienced engineer. So let me ask him if you can join. Uh, yes. If you can join this, okay. Then let me share the link with Guru also when he joins. I mean, he'll take some minutes. I think it's very good. I mean, you guys will have two mentors, right? So let me share the link with Guru. Invite and copy. Okay. So, okay, I have invited Guru. Let's see when Guru joins. But before Guru joins, let me quickly show you some resumes. Okay, what I feel are very good resume, ATS compatible. Okay, let me quickly show you. Okay, let me know if you guys can see it. Okay, now this is I will first explain that why this ATS compatible. See this resume, not much graphics. Yes, bullet points, and then that's fine. Okay, not it will not that impactful. The not much graphics, very concise, starting with the name, then email, professional email address, okay, phone number, LinkedIn link. That's it. Then mention for the title or that you want to like want to apply for. Okay, based on the job description or position apply should be mentioning here. You have to think what is the position that you want to specify. Okay, if no title you can think of, say entry level or fresher DevOps engineer, something like that. Okay. Again, based on the job title, this line should be you guys mentioning that. Okay, and then give a very. I mean, it's around 1, 2, 3, 5 lines. What I will say perfect is 2 to 3 lines. Okay, for freshers, 2 to 3 lines are more than enough, and try to give the number. Okay, why? Because people versus the engineers. Okay, Guru is also okay. It's good to see Guru. Let me. Okay, give me 1 minute, guys. Guru, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
Okay, let's talk together. I think give me one
yeah.
minute. I will just add the headphones so that no echoes. And it's really great, guys. You guys are getting 2 mentors in the session. Okay. Okay, Guru, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you properly. Thanks very much.
Great, great.
Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you properly. Yes. Okay, let me quickly make it bigger. Yes. So yeah, so Guru also you can give a views. This is I mean we are discussing here what should be a freshers resume should look like. Okay, and I have I have around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 examples. I'm going to explain all that, but I was just explaining using the first example how a freshers resume look like. Where I'm saying that first should be name, then should be contact information, then the exact position that they want to apply for, around 3 line for the short summary, and should be mentioning numbers, say increasing team productivity. We can He can increase the productivity by 40%. He did past experiences, past kind of project he did, all this and things should be, or she should be mentioning it. Okay, then as a works experience, because you cannot show them actual actual work experience. If you have any, is really great, like internships or say any free works that you can show, that will be really great. Again, the numbers, what you did, how much performance you achieved. Okay, you cannot maybe have 3 or 4, just 1 or 2 is also enough. Okay, then the skills part, and then courses certification, very important, because as a junior, as a starter or freshers, you have to show some sort. I mean, you don't have to do all certification, just the relevant ones. Okay, maybe associate level certified, not DevOps engineer, it's the systems engineer, or say Microsoft certified, whatever is your final goal is, or maybe a CK, and yeah, it's a Docker certification or CK, all good, right? And then the education part. Okay, now Guru, what do you say about this
If
resume?
you scroll to the top,
Mhm. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So here,
Mhm.
obviously, this is, I think, 1 or 2 years experience person can see
Mhm.
this.
Yeah.
Uh, my suggestion is if you have zero experience,
Mhm.
don't, for example, if you say, rather than entry level, which means you have some experience, say
Mhm.
aspirant.
Right.
That would be a
Good
good
point.
option. Or DevOps engineer within bracket fresher.
Mm.
Yeah. And
Right.
then my suggestion is highly motivated. All these kinds have now become kind of irrelevant.
Yes.
Yes, this doesn't add any, don't put anything which doesn't add value. Highly motivated. So you think I will put I'm not motivated at all. Obviously not, I won't do that. So you can
True.
say
True.
fresher, engineer with of course no experience. Don't say zero experience.
Mm.
You can say something like uh, DevOps, aspirant DevOps engineer having good experience in doing DevOps related work at the university, leading into blah blah blah, skilled in blah blah blah, increased, for example, team productivity by 25%. You can
Mm.
say something like reduced my overall submission time by automating notes taking, something like which you have
Mm.
production.
Mm.
So quantifying and qualifying, but obviously you have to
Right.
write something. And also here, instead of work experience, you can say personal experience or college experience or
or they can say
university experience.
projects. Yeah, university
Yes,
project experience. I will say the term
yeah,
project experience
yeah,
because
experience,
that will
exactly.
be yeah.
Yeah, and then use something similar. And for example, if you got good grades in university,
Yes.
put those things. Yes, that
Mm,
would be a good,
right.
very, very good thing to do. But the good thing is here, if you look, it's very clean, very
Yes.
nice, very
And
consistent.
okay.
Don't put graphics, don't put anything
Mm,
unless you're an executive level where you have to show a lot of things. My suggestion is ATS nowadays. Yeah, that's what I am
yes.
explaining, Ankitaji. That with zero experience, yes, you may not have zero commercial experience. I'm sure you would have done
Mm,
something in the university, or you would have done some courses, or get a mentor, or something like that, so that you need to show something that you know to do at least something, right? For example, aware of Jenkins pipelines, or aware of installed maintains office computers, sorry, school university servers using Ansible. You can say that. Okay, it may not be as, but at least you know the basics, right? So that would be,
okay.
you need to quantify
Eh,
and qualify. That would be a
right.
best option.
And these days are very competitive. Okay. Lot of people with good skills are there, right?
Hmm.
So when you're creating a resume, you have to mention the skills very clearly. So I know, I mean, so Jenkins. But Jenkins doesn't mean to anything to recruiters. Say, I have worked with Jenkins, made 5, 10 projects or 3 projects, whatever it is the project I've done. I have deployed the automation CI/CD and automatic deploy to the data school, the website or services like in maybe AWS deploy use the AWS deployment services or maybe use the GitLab CI/CD services. You did something with the CI/CD that you have
Hmm.
to kind of show them. Okay, then they will be interested because every people will say I know this, I know that, but
Hmm.
what you did with that knowledge you have to
Hmm.
show them that, then
Yes,
you will make a difference in front of the recruiter,
exactly.
right?
And also, my suggestion is within a paragraph, for example, in this one, in the entry level first run role from 22 to
Mm,
present,
mm,
do not duplicate things. Make sure you don't duplicate things. It is a very, like, for example, developed CI CD system for a new application, maintain the new application using CI CD. Well, that's kind of repeating stuff. Make sure that you don't do that, right?
true. Right, you
That
should
would
not be
be,
repeating.
yeah, exactly.
And I think if you guys know, I have one video. Okay, I think that was 7 best resume tips. I think most of the guys already seen it. There I've
Mm,
also mentioned you should be using keywords and all that. Let me quickly show you. I mean, you guys can see it later on. It's fine. But
mm,
see, a recruiter when viewing your resume, if experience, they also see 4 5 seconds, right, or 6 seconds. If it's non-experience, they will see only 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, their times will also decrease based on the experiences. In that short span of time you have to highlight really good skills. Okay, then only they will feel interested. So the entire dilemma, entire reason of having a resume, sending the resume to the recruiter, is that they feel interested toward their profile.
mm,
So only they can, and see, sending a resume doesn't mean getting hired. Okay, sending a resume means that the recruiter, the company should get to know something about you in short. And if they feel in that short span of time interested, then they will send you a kind of a interview, like next steps. Maybe the recruiter, this is to make the recruiter call you, okay, and move to the next step. If the recruiter, it's, I mean, the resume itself doesn't get selected, I mean, there are many people who are not getting any calls. The reason, first of all, their resume not getting selected by the ATS software, because just like you, there are thousands of people, 10,000 of people sending the resume and not getting selected in the ATS software. So they're out of the competition anyway, right? So you have to make resume like this. I'll show you some more example. Uh, let me show the entire screen, okay? I think
mm,
entire screen, that will be easier to explain. Okay. Now, see, the thing is that, for example, entry level book experience, yeah, see kind of thing. So you should be highlighting this section, okay? Projects, Okay, where for example automation job, like this is a one example. Okay, so automation kind of stuff you did, and then say collaborate with your team, design. I mean, you what you did, maybe you developed the CI/CD, maybe you programmed the website, maybe you had the kind of cloud deployment by using infra as a code. Mention all that. Those are the skills that you have to look for, because I think we got one question here. Thing Please explain the skill that is relevant. What are the skills that is relevant? So when okay, even the term what is relevant is based on the job description. So when you go to, for example, LinkedIn, okay, and then you look for fresher DevOps. See, it's not like what you want; it's what the position asking for. Okay, I think job section. Yeah, fresher DevOps is very hard to get it. It's just, let's see, fresher DevOps. I hope you'll find or say fresher DevOps. As a fast getting a fresher DevOps requirement is very hard. Or say entry level,
Hmm, that would be good.
entry level DevOps, for example. Wow, maybe it's showing
Yeah,
job.
there. Up. Yeah,
Huh?
DevOps up entry level. Uh,
Got it? Entry level.
Next one, IT staff consult. No, no, no.
Entry
Uh,
level IT staff campus hire. This is also one good example. Okay, it's fine. See, this is the example showing, right? So
hmm,
whatever you find in the job description, okay, based on your skill and the job description, you highlight those, then only your resume will get selected, because it's like what you want to work for, of course what you work for, but what you want to show and what is the expectation and has should not be different. See the expectation of the recruiters, what they're asking for, what are the skills they're expecting, and of course you must should be having all those skills, then only they will hire you, then they will get interested to your profile, right? So those
hmm.
you should be mentioning. First, in the skill section, you can have a skill section like this: skills and
Okay.
competencies. You can
One more
mention your
thing
skills.
was, if you are from a tier one or tier two university,
Mhm.
if you are
Mhm.
mentioned at the top in
Oh,
here you are
yes.
mentioning anyway, but let's say you are from BITS Pilani or IIT
Yeah.
or
Then
something
mention
like
here.
that, then put it as highly an IITN with
Mhm.
something. That would be
Right.
really, of course, this is for tier one and tier two universities,
Yes.
but
Mention the education after this below the summary. Okay.
yeah,
Mention the experience. I mean, mention the education below the summary, and then start your project experience. If you
exactly.
have internship experiences, then show as a work experience as internship experience, or you can say that's internship experience or work experience. Both terms are good. And then mention that if you have internship, which is very good. If you don't have the internship, then you should be showing the these things. Okay, these projects, because in a college or a university you should be doing a lot of projects, right? Mention all the projects in short. Don't give a very big history. People are not interested to read all those things. Keep it short, simple, like 2 lines. And again, numbers. People want to see what are the numbers. Like maybe I build a website that can handle 100K user concurrently. People will be like, wow, he made a website that can handle 100K users concurrently. This guy has some really great skill, killer
Hmm.
skills. Or for example, you made a CI/CD or auto scaling kind of thing, or infra as a code that can handle any kind of workload. You have the auto scaling, you have the cloud logging to see any issue happening, then able to quickly debug it. Then okay, this guy is a complete package. He know how to build, he know how to deploy, he know how to find issue and fix it. Those kind of skills that you have to convey to the recruiter, which can compel the recruiter to hire you or the company to hire you. Okay, those are important things. Now this is for example, this is another resume where if you see it's mentioning the first name and whatever the position that you are asking for, that their work experience. If you have any, as I say, if you have any internship, show the work experience. Else, just mention the your education. Have the summary, then education, and then any projects that should be on top of volunteering, and then any volunteering experience. Okay, is okay, it's good example where you're not showing the education, and there also if you can use the right side where you say contact information, skills, you can mention the skills here, education there, and other certification you can mention that. This is another example, right? And there is this is also a very good example where see I think Guru, you are stealing this one, right?
Hmm, exactly. See, this
Right.
person is good, learned from. worded business school.
Just
Now,
example, yes.
exactly. Like for
In
example, let's say if you're from like IIT or BITS
bits
Pilani
Pilani, yes.
or something like that, or
Mm,
let's say some IIMs, put it because
yes.
I understand people may say, what if I'm not?
Mm,
Maybe don't put your university name. Maybe you can put something else. But
mm,
this is unfortunately or fortunately, some companies look. See,
yeah.
there are other people. If people think that all IITians and all BITS Pilanis gets jobs, no, that's not true.
Mm,
So my suggestion is, if you are from a good university, or if you are topper of the university, like gold
yeah.
medalist, definitely mention.
Right. Yes.
Yes,
Or
for
I'm
example,
saying
my
another
wife,
yeah, sorry,
yeah,
go on.
my
Go on,
wife
go on,
is
go
a
on.
gold medalist from Salem University.
Mm,
And she got, I think, 99.18 in 10th, 12th or something. The only
wow.
thing she mentioned is topper at university and state second or
Mm,
something like that,
mm.
and worked with children for the last 3 years, and whatever money I made, gave it to charity. She got
This is
two.
killer words, killer lines you can add it, okay?
Yeah.
Also, for example, you're like me, not even theater, okay?
Mm,
Remote university or say online course that you cannot you should not be mentioning that on the top. Instead, if you ever contribute or say joined a hackathon or
mm,
made very or work on a, I would say, very good catchy thing, okay? If
mm.
you ever contributed to a open source project, mention that in the top.
Yeah,
That will make really good impression to the recruiters. If I'm a recruiter, it will at least make me really impressed if you as a student work on any open source project
mm.
and made a considerable amount of kind of
Contribute.
contribution there.
Exactly. So, for example, my wife applied and she
Mm,
got two interviews on the same day, one, two after the other. And fortunately, after she finished the second one, which is where she wanted, by the time I
mm,
could reach home, she got the job offer. Obviously, she's qualified. But the thing is, sometimes you have to kind of put it like, okay, see, I can't put it because I was not that good at uni. But the good
or
thing is, for example, when I applied for Goldman Sachs,
mm,
right,
mm.
I mentioned that I already worked for Fidelity and Citibank.
Yes, so past
Yeah.
experience. Anyway, past experience you should be mentioning in the professional
No, but
experience
relevant.
because
For example, that's what I'm mentioning. For example, if you're
mm,
applying for a company, let's say MBDRI, Mercedes-Benz
mm,
R&D department
mm,
for fresher, say
mm,
that you have very much interest in car mechanics and you have done some CAD related work, if you have done.
yes,
Yes. For
that will make
example, you
impact.
don't need to have experience, but you can say that you're interested and you have you have good looked at systems where CAD or design or hardware design or material design. If you have interest in them, then put it. So that
So
sometimes you don't need to show
so
exactly.
right, and so we can tell here that whatever is the key selling point, like
Yeah.
what can make you sellable, make you hireable, or that interest point, mention the top. Because as a recruiter, if I go through the profile contact information and the first thing, that catchy key stuff, that compelling stuff you put on the top, it increase my the interest in your profile a lot full or lot more, right? That will make a lot sense, right? So as I say, either is a university of tier 1 tier 2, either is some kind of certification, very good experience or skill that you have achieved, like CAD, or maybe for example DevOps, and say DevOps certification, or say you walk very good. I mean, for example, that are given working on open source project, maybe specifically DevOps projects, related projects, right? Those you mentioned on the top, you can, if you cannot add education, fill with those kind of key selling points, okay? And after that, if you have any internship experiences, mention all the internships. If you don't have any internship experiences, fine, mention the projects there. So for example, any project that you work on, the project experience should be in the place of the professional experience, and then other stuff, okay? For example, this for example, this other technicals, all the, okay, other technical skill and all these things you can mention here. Let's say online courses, certifications, or the technical skills, languages, all these things you can mention in the very bottom. right? So
And
this
also
is yeah.
non-IT can also be specified. It doesn't need to be IT all the time.
Yeah.
For example, if you are very good at coordination of,
Mm,
let's say, meetups and all those things,
mm,
also please put up. Because if you think nowadays only being technical is good, I'm not saying bad, but only
mm.
being technical is plus something. For example, you can say, I was a coordinator for intra college meetups. Now, if you say that, but you have to prove it, by the way, you can say spearheaded with this one and had 22 organized 3 meetups
Mm.
and put the link so that somebody can click on it, because sometimes they want to see whether you did it or not.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
most of the time they
The
don't.
validity of
Yeah, they just adds value. So only don't put technical skills, also what we call soft skills like
leadership
managerial.
skills. Yeah,
Yeah,
we call it leadership skills here, right? So the
exactly.
leadership skills also people want to see. Specifically, I will give you examples like Amazon, say even Google. These big companies actually, of course, you should have technical experiences and all that, but they also see this leadership experiences so that they can make you like make sure you're a cultural fit or not to the company. There is two aspects: technical fit and the cultural fit. Okay, sometimes you could be excellent technical fit, but the moment they see or they cannot feel that cultural fit vibe, they might not hire you. Okay. Yeah, technical. So main point is that technically has to be there. Additionally, if you have this cultural fit, it will be very beneficial for you only. Okay. That is one thing. Now, if you see this example, okay, which is another template. Now, again, if you ask me that what to use, I will say based on the job description, you should be always using custom thing, and you should be like I will maybe later on I will make a PDF or maybe I'll make a particular in my website or somewhere I will share all the templates, okay, custom made templates for everyone. Maybe in this week or next week I'll make that available, so you guys can download and you can edit it and use it. Okay, so don't worry about getting this template and all that. I'll be sharing that. For now, focus on what I'm saying or what we're trying to explain here. Understanding that's important than the templates. Templates you can find in Google or in resumewarrior.com. You can download from anywhere. That's not a problem. Okay, understand the example here. This is excellent ATS compatible resume. What I'm saying, no graphics, see the flow of information, really explainable, really good, right? These are the things you should be sending. First name, last name, your then your like key location, not your full address. Never share your full address. Then phone number, your professional email address. Okay, it should not be Rocky XYZ or maybe Fun for the World or any no such catchy thing. Okay, jobs at the rate yourdomain.com or maybe jobs for your name at the rate of gmail.com. That kind of email address as a recruiter, we or any recruiter want to see. Okay, then if you have really great education from the tier 1 tier 2 or maybe you have achieved really great score, not the university name or thing but the score, just like what say Guru said, that you should mention here. Okay, or maybe if you're gold medalist, that also mention here. Whatever the relevant coursework that you did, for example software engineering, operating system, algorithm, artificial intelligence, those are the key things as a recruiter or any recruiter want to see in this days, this generation of the fresher or entry level position. Okay, then whatever additional course, if you have like majorly if you have any master degree, if you just mention that, you do not need to mention the bachelor degrees and all that. But if you have done from really great place, okay, then you can mention it. Then your intensive experiences, then any university project that you've done. If you don't have a work experience internship, remove the section altogether. Just mention your university project or personal project. Okay, or any other contribution that should be mentioned. Activities, you can say any leadership skills that just Guru told, I'm just explaining. Those you should mention. That will make you a unique candidate. Additionally, you can have your like all the technical skills, languages, any certification, say AWS or Azure or GCP, or maybe any say CK or Docker, any kind of certification, maybe programming language, say Go certification or Python certification. You should be mentioning. And important, I will say awards part you can mention. You can say award winning the some kind of thing the top as a summary and all that. Or if you think that it is okay, like not that great, you can mention the bottom. So these are many, I mean, we have I think covered 5 examples, and I think by now you have an idea of what you're trying to explain. Guru, you want to add anything in this particular template?
Also, for example,
Mm,
let's say you have learned something,
mm,
like for example, here it is pure educational here, right? But let's
Right.
say you hosted your application using AWS free tier or
Hmm.
GCP free tier or Azure free tier.
Hmm.
Mention that, saying as part of my learning, hosted a static website using AWS free tier, learning skills like S3 and all those things. But
Right.
make sure that some of the things, for example, or let's say spent $200 plus credit given by AWS to learn all those things and kept it and blogged it at or stored it at GitHub and send the GitHub link at the top. Fine, it's a very good thing. Here, if you look at the top, its email is given, but you can say education, and then in relevant you can also specify your GitHub link if you need to.
Exactly.
If you have
Exactly.
GitHub link, if you have, but don't have a GitHub link where it is a fork of other repositories. Then please don't. Please
I
don't.
think I think
If you have
one
your
one
own code, yes,
one subscriber, I think, or viewer, maybe LinkedIn or Twitter, Facebook, sorry, YouTube, explain that most of people is forks, not the actual page. Okay, you should not be having only forks, or if you even you're doing a fork, okay, what you should be doing? Modify it, make something
mm,
useful out of that. Don't just keep
mm,
it as it is. You just fork it and you never touch the code or
exactly.
anything.
Yeah,
Don't be
exactly.
like that. Make
No,
things,
or
make
you can
changes.
have fork and yours. For
Yes.
example, uh, do you mind my opening my GitHub?
Okay, sure.
Sandeep.
Why not?
GitHub slash Agile Guru. Yeah, slash
Let me
Agile
just
Guru.
confirm it's me.
Yeah, go to slash
Okay,
Agile Guru.
so Agile Guru.
Right. For example, in my GitHub, I also have this thing. Right. If you go to my repository, no, go to
Oh.
repository.
Mhm.
Say, for example, Graal VM is not. See, I have some forked, but I
Mm,
also have some public also. Like, for
mm,
example, Python is there, Java is there. This
mm.
is forked, but I'll do it projects, tutorials. So it's a
This one.
mix of things, right? If, like, for example, Graal, somebody opens this one, how to run Docker. If you see, it looks, don't need to do a lot of things, but
Mm,
the way you put your directory structure, Spring Boot using GraalVM best practice cloud native, and VS Cloud, Cloud Run, GraalVM Cloud, K8s, Docker Compose. So the way you have been increased, for example, over you see base. Oh, this is customized one, but that's how it is done. So the way it has been done, yeah, open the client. Look how clean the code is,
it's very clean.
indentations and all those things.
I'm
It
as a
looks,
professional, I'm saying this looks so professional because I also work similar kind of way. Okay.
yeah,
And
exactly.
another thing, see, using of this kind of tool like customization, Helm, Kubernetes, as a fresher, okay,
Mm,
this makes you more employable. Remember the
exactly.
words. This makes you more employable. If you know Kubernetes, good. If you practice Kubernetes, very good. Along with that, if you know how, if you have experience of how to use the infra as a code tool to deploy Kubernetes to any cloud, and how to utilize this customization and or
Mm.
say Helm, you are the most hireable
Exactly.
intern.
Even experienced people don't have nowadays those. So
Exactly. I
yeah.
was interviewing I think around 8 year experience guy last week only. Okay,
Mm,
and he's saying that he's expert as have CK. Okay, and I
mm,
just asked simple question: how I have a say problem statement where I have say 6 client, the code should be same. I want to dynamically maintain the code base and all that. Okay, and he
mm,
was like mumbling and not able to explain that.
mm,
And see, I mean, you are explaining that you have very good experience and you cannot even handle 6 clients. I mean, in the
mm.
production life, you're handling more than 100 clients, 100 clients sometimes. So you should have some kind of knowledge, right? Then you cannot
Mm.
claim that you are expert. So
Exactly.
I'm saying, as a fresher, if you have the skills, then you are welcome to
You
even
you are
have
you
a
are
fine.
more than, and the thing is, for
Yes.
example, don't if you go to my branching or look at the main branch or something, five
Branching
branches.
strategies. Yeah.
Yes, Kunal, WebSocket, app from ready for NEPA demo. So you're not using develop and everything. And
Mhm.
if click on the main branch if you don't mind.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So look at for example, add app monitoring, added ingress, added Docker compose, working example, merge done. Look at comments, the comment section,
Mm.
initial
Yes.
comment added. That way you are showing that what you are doing. Don't say
Mm.
committed
Yeah.
1.0.
See this
No.
commit log. See this
Yeah,
commit flow. It should be atomic commit. If you guys never
uh,
heard about it, search about this atomic committing. Okay, that's a very
exactly.
good study for you guys to do.
Uh, and
See.
also, for example, if you are studying about some standards, like for example, using Git, you can say manage project using proper Git flow using Vincent Dreshin Git flow model. That will go like a treat, right? Just
Right.
don't mention I learned Git. You can
Yes.
say
Yes. Yeah.
I used a
Don't
very
mention I
good
learned it.
branching strategy for Git
Yes.
using Vincent Dreshin's Git flow model. Now
Hmm.
that goes like wow, he or she has looked at some standards. For example, microservices. You can say microservices maintaining database using FlyAwayDB
Hmm.
if you have done something. That way, you are showing that you are not here to manually go and click. You're automating stuff. Yeah,
Right.
that's one of the reasons I would say would really
I
help.
think
Don't
we
be the
got.
ordinary, be different. Mm,
So the thing is that I think one question was the skills. Okay,
mm,
now you can mention 100 skills that will make a zero impact on the recruiter. But even if you mention just 6 skills, like say Git, like you use Git to have the advanced running strategy and some kind of atomic committing and all that, or maybe say I use say Jenkins to build this project and able to make a build in 5 seconds and that improve the performance by say something some percentage, that makes the impact, right? It's not the
mm,
skills, but what you have done with the skills that make the impact, right?
mm.
So
Like for example,
that
you
is
can
mm,
say, I
mm.
I can bring up my demo instance in AWS or GCP Kubernetes bed within 20 minutes, given the automation I have done, practice it, do the demo, and then able to demo a real life application and then something like
So one very good interesting question. I do get stuck on a question when asked share a production issue experience that you have troubleshooted. If you are unable to answer, the interviewer definitely knows you have never. I mean, yes, they will be asking this question.
that.
We as a recruiter ask this question. I mean, not as a pure recruiter, but we as a technical manager recruiter, okay? That kind of
Yeah,
cases. We ask to share experiences. Now, if you never worked in production experience, you simply say that I don't have I mean, I didn't work in a production experience, but as a project experience while working as a say
yeah,
university project, share that experience. That will make a great
exactly.
impact.
Please do not say, I don't know, I don't have the experience. No.
Hmm.
Say, you can say, I understand you're asking for a production, commercial production. I will explain a similar one which happened in the university where something was not writing and something, and it was what it could have done is like we were not sure what was the problem. So what I did was enable debug login and see the logs, and then I realized that one of the thing is the connection between the application and the database due to network problems was not there. So I mentioned the network engineer and they rerouted the thing and it worked properly. This is more than enough. Now, here you are saying that, hey, you enabled debug logs, you looked at the network, you looked at the DB, you didn't fix it, but at least you could go and analyze the problem, right? Troubleshoot. That's what it is.
And
You
addition,
don't have to give the solution exactly.
right, and see when you're answering this kind of question, you have to also understand there will be counter questions. What kind of counter question? You explain, okay, I did that. Then they will revert back to you and say, okay, why you use this and how
Mm,
much impact, positive or negative, you have faced later on, or what are the things that you could have done better. So
mm,
before even going to interview as a mock interview in front of a say, mirror or maybe with a friend, you should be asking those questions to yourself first. And these
mm,
days, this age where you have the chat GPT, you ask the question like what are the question as there, paste the job description, the company name, and that will ask you beforehand. So
yeah.
prepare well before going to interview, and you'll have a much confidence and you'll have well prepared. Okay, well preparation have a great score if you just prepare well and then go to interview. Okay, you
Mm.
should be
And yeah,
doing that.
this is not only for resume
Mm.
and also Are we only talking about resume here or also
No, no, no.
preparing for interview?
I mean,
General.
both cases of freshers
Okay,
only.
okay,
Yes.
okay. Now, if we are talking about preparing, number one, for example, uh, look at the background of Sandeep or myself, right? It's clean, simple. Okay, you can have stuff like techie stuff, which is good, but please make sure that if you have bed sheet or logging or looking your clothes hanging, my suggestion is do the setting. For example, I'm going to do make a setting. What's your name? Virtual background. Just give me 1 minute. For example, if your background is not good, like it has clothes, you can set something like that.
In Zoom
Yeah,
also you have it, right? In Zoom,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can use the
exactly.
custom background.
Yeah,
I
for
mean, yeah.
example, you can set something like this. So if you not have a good background, like if you have clothes hanging or something, put this background. They will understand that hey, you're trying to
Mm,
do it, but put something plain or something like that. Yes, this is totally acceptable. For
yes.
example, when I go to do it, I put my do it. Yeah, obviously this is my commercial one, but obviously which I don't do. But if you don't have to, if you don't have the background, make sure that. And for example, if you are a boy, I'll come to that in a minute, Zaid. Um, for example, if I was in this one, I wouldn't go like this without shaving,
Mhm.
right? No. Obviously, you guys are youngsters, but don't do shaving 2 hours before either. Maybe the previous day shave, little bit of hair is also good. Look at Virat Kohli; he doesn't shave on the day of the match. Like he keeps some dye, which is fine. For example, if you go the clean shave just half an hour before, it's good, but you should be relaxed for 1 or 2 hours before your
Yes, yes.
interview. Don't
So,
do
so
anything at
it
the last minute. Don't do anything at
so
the
what
last minute.
what what Guru is talking about here is grooming. Okay, and there is, in YouTube, in I think in LinkedIn Learning also, there are a lot of session how to groom yourself before going to interview, and we practice it. Okay, I think we used to do a lot in our younger days, but
Yeah,
still now also we groom ourselves. We groom ourselves by studying, by our background, by our own
mm,
look, by our the attire that you do, the more professional
exactly.
attire. Okay,
Yeah,
all things matter. At least, I mean, it's more important for a fresher these days, because an experienced guy, he have the key experience, the kind of
yeah,
a Zord, key Zord,
yeah,
okay, key
yeah.
weapon. But for you, it's your everything else plus your presentation skill, of course, your education, everything matters. Okay, for freshers,
Exactly. You
everything
have to be
matters.
a
They must
wholesome
be,
person.
yeah,
Exactly.
yes, yes.
Okay,
Now I
let's
think,
look at the other question. Hi,
yeah,
Sandeep
Zahid.
sir. Please suggest on how should resume look like who's switching
Switching
from one,
cases,
yeah,
particular
from
cloud to
okay,
DevOps.
okay, right. See, my suggestion is I'm sure I have mentioned this before in Sandeep's and Shubham's and mine. Please don't use the word switch.
Hmm.
Switching is not. It's like I was a donkey, now I become want to become a horse. That's what it's you're saying. No, you don't need to. You can say looking for DevOps roles, right? Where I can leverage my previous experience as a support engineer.
Yes.
Or for example, if you are becoming a mechanic and you apply for a job at MBDRI, you can say, would like to leverage my existing domain knowledge on something else. Don't say that I want to switch. Switch means that you were very not very good at your previous role and you want to switch because you didn't excel in that one.
See
Right?
this example. See this
Yeah.
example. IT consultant, system administrator, then cloud and DevOps engineer.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the experienced one, but it's okay. I mean, you also might be experienced. Now you are making a switch. So don't you switch here? See how beautifully from one role
Exactly.
making a transition to other role, right? So it should be
Exactly.
like that. It's okay if you don't have this one yet, but you'll have it someday. Okay, so
Exactly.
you can
And
mention yes.
yeah. And say, for example, in India, using the word support may not be a good idea. Make it operations.
Hmm.
Make it operations. Look, and if you're, let's say you are a support engineer type, work you're doing, but your offer letter when you join says you are a system analyst, don't put the word support in your title. No,
Hmm.
make it as whatever is in your offer letter, put that. I understand. See, in Western countries, a support engineer or DevOps engineer, they don't really care of
Yes.
what was your title. In India,
Even
unfortunately,
even
yeah.
do you guys know that they don't have a specific roles, okay? They have a software engineer, then they have specialization in DevOps, in
Mm,
security, in automation, in infra.
exactly.
Role is same, just the specialization is different sometimes.
Mm.
They mention like that, okay?
Yeah,
I've seen.
exactly. Yes. And for example, in Western countries, I have seen a resume where he was a window cleaner for 15 years. Then he became a DevOps engineer. And he said he's aware of risks. Like how good he puts up.
Great,
Yes.
great. Yeah.
So,
I think
yes.
yeah, it's Ankita saying this is a Ankita as a fresher saying DevOps engineer fresher. You can okay. You should not mention this fresher part. Okay, that's odd. So DevOps engineer with AWS, two time with right. No,
Mm.
you can say AWS DevOps engineer with hands-on project experience, eager to contribute is fine, but remove the catchy word. Okay, how you should be use the resume order. There are many sites, okay, where it can analyze your entire resume and it can say the based on the job description or all that the best summary and all that. Use that kind of tool. I also use it. Many other people use it. You can also use it. It's okay for starting up and all that. That use AI tools, and I think you
Yeah.
maybe
I
already use
think,
AI tools to generate.
Ankita, I think, as I mentioned, your sentences are too long and they don't add value. For example, in the second sentences you mentioned leveraging skills in DevOps methodology to drive efficiency and scalability. Fine. Then ready to contribute fresh perspective to collaborate effectively to achieve impactful solution. That's what is doing you're doing in the second sentences anyway. Impactful solution is driving efficiency and scalability, right? So you are kind of repeating yourself. Uh, some talent acquisition people look this as negative because what they're saying is this person doesn't have much to write, so they're repeating themselves. If you don't have, for example, you can say eager to contribute my in DevOps methodologies to drive efficiency and scalabilities whilst learning from peers, juniors, and seniors. That you can do, no?
Right.
See, it does not always about what you have done. What you want to do also you can method. You can say, for example, eager to contribute. You can say eager to learn on-prem. Why not always mention AWS and GCP? You can also mention on-prem. Why is on-prem? 60% of all workload today is in on-prem. Most of the investment banks, do you think all everything is in cloud? No. Barclays Bank, one of the biggest banks, some of their biggest processing happens in on-prem infrastructure. Lloyd's Bank. So please not only mention AWS and GCP, you can also mention interested in learning AWS slash on-prem where I can learn from my peers or use proprietary like tool sets to understand the landscape. Put those kind
and
of words.
and
Please
this
don't repeat
particular
yourself.
summary is okay. So what I'm saying is that based on the job description, okay, this summary part should not be fixed. Okay, if it's a DevOps AWS DevOps senior position, this might look okay with some modification. But if it's other position, do not even mention that AWS or Azure or anything like that.
Mm.
Okay, make it more generic based on your skills and knowledge and experience. Okay, you have to customize for each resume. That you have to remember that. Okay, one question about what about the fake experience? Good, what do you say about the fake experiences? Never.
Never ever.
Mm.
Don't. My suggestion is I can't show you those, but I have got like uh, consultants who are not. They say, Guru, you have lots of experience. Would you like us to do some certifications for you? I said, no. Remember, my company pays for every certification of mine. Remember, if you are cheating to get into a job, Within 2 months, you will be found out, and it's even worse. Please don't, it means fake. The word fake itself means you are cheating yourself, right? You know, like, I don't want to use bad examples, but remember, honesty is the best policy. It always is. You may not get a job for 2 3 months, but once you say, for example, when, okay, let me tell this anyway. I came from a very middle or lower middle class. Let me put it that. My dad didn't have the money, and I didn't do my university straight after 12. No, I had a 3 years gap working in a factory. Yeah, and then my brother sister finished, and then I did my bachelor's and master's. Because of this gap, 13 companies literally rejected me. They didn't even allow me to write the entrance exam. Fine. The company which recruited me, they said, "Why are you not writing?" I said, "What's the point? I have a 3 years gap." Why? Because I didn't have the finance to study. Now I have done my master's. Okay, write the entrance exam. I came number one. And then they asked me something, and they said, "What did you do in this 3 years?" Sir, we didn't have the money. So it was a factory where I was polishing diamonds, and I was making like 200, 300, and it was my uncle's factory. So I got home, I got food and 200 rupees a month. That's it. And there is no shame in saying that. Actually, sometimes it looks very good. Said, I did this, and now I have the money, I did my master's. So please don't do it. Uh, Omkar, even if you do it and get a job, then it will become detrimental to you in the long run, because if you are put on PIP or you're fired, because, and then if they know that you have fake experience, they can say in your, what do you call, what experience certificate, or what do you call, your feedback, when you do for next employer, they can say that he faked, and your life may be in trouble. So don't do that. And what is the point? Learn the skill and then put it. No?
Yes.
See, learning a skill doesn't take 15, 20 days, man. I tell you, if you are a fresher, chances are that you're not married, and you don't have kids. That there's a good chance of that. Means you have 3 4 or 5 hours in a day to do something. Just say, okay, next 15 days, mommy, daddy, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to sit in my home. You get tools like Killer Coda or loads of AWS free tier. Go and learn it out and say that you are adept in those technologies. But please don't say anything which you don't have. And the thing is, remember, it's a small world. Once you are known for your bad things, it will go around very
Yes.
quickly.
So one good thing is, I mean, what I have seen experience, you might have done 100 or 200 good things, but you do one bad thing, all the good things negate, and the bad thing will be people. So this is how the world works. Now let's
Yes,
come to
this is
the
true.
last question of this session. Okay, because we'll be wrapping up in one hour. I think, do you know that group already is we're nearing to 1 hour, and we
Really?
never noticed.
Oh
Yes.
my God. Oh, I didn't
So
realize. Yeah.
so yes, so it's a very good question that I wanted to cover before ending the session. So I'm third student, CS student, of course, capable for junior internship level, but it's very hard to get internship especially. Can you please guide me? What do you say?
Right. Well, Anish, unfortunately or fortunately, I'm based out of a foreign country. Uh, Even in foreign countries, getting an internship is hard nowadays. In this year, like 2023, it was bad, right? Uh, Now, this is where your relationships matters. As I mentioned, LinkedIn or or going to meetups, right? There are lots of
Yes.
meetups which are free. They even give you food, man, to go there,
Yes.
right? You spend 100 rupees and you eat pizzas and drinks worth 200 rupees. Definitely go.
And student get special coupons and like free and all
Exactly.
that. Okay, so you should be
Yeah.
doing that.
Please go. and make connections. If you sit in your home and expect everything to happen to you, the people who give the internships are not your mom and dad. Trust me, when COVID hit, my daughter, Vandana, she wanted something called workplace experience where she needs 2 to 3 weeks or round about 3 weeks of work experience of how commercial uh, companies work.
Work.
Trust me, we went to every of our friends and everything we went and we couldn't find anything. As a desperate, I was working for Do It, my current company. I went to my head of people and I didn't beg. I said, can you do it? They said, Guru, we have not done this before, but what is needs to be expected? And I said this, and my head of person, Kirsten, she said, Guru, we have not done this before. Is this paid? I said, no, it's not paid. She just want a commercial experience. And guess what? They did it in 3 hours because went and asked, and she got the best experience. You know what? My manager, Darren, who's my manager, he said, Guru, you will not be your daughter's manager because then you will be biased. I will be her manager. She sent her jackets for Do It and she got everything. And he held lot of sessions and she learned, oh, Guru, I do. Means you need to go and talk to people. Please ask. Asking is not begging.
and and see, this is a ending statement. Okay, if you are a fresher, if you are a say you are internship or any entry level position, if you apply for 100 companies, you might land on one. So my
Exactly.
suggestion, try for 200, 300. I mean, when I was fresher, I was nobody, to be honest. I was like trying and trying. I'm like not doing a regular education, right? I was say doing distance education for my MCA level. And that time, people say, like, why would I hire you? So most of people are rejecting. So what I did, I developed my skills. I able to answer all the question. Like after failing countless, I even can't remember to 40, 50, 100, 200. I don't even remember how much. Okay.
Mm,
I fail, and I prepare myself after all this failing to answer all the question and learn what I was not able to answer and all that,
mm,
which ultimately helped me to get my first position for 1,000 rupees per month. Okay,
mm,
then after 6 months, 3,000 rupees per month. Then after so I think 2 or 3 4 months, and then 18,000. So this is how the things are changed. Okay,
mm. Sandeep, I think we lost your mic.
oh that's fine.
Now we can hear you. Yeah, now it's we can hear you.
It's good. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying that you can apply for 100 200 companies,
Mm.
and and
The thing
then
is, for example, if you get in good companies and if they don't pay you, doesn't matter. Go and find it and perform well. They may be your best employee because at least if you do good there, now they will get the coffee, tea, and you will not be bored at home. You will learn a lot of things. I understand you may be saying, Guru, it's easy for you to say. Trust me, I have worked my bottoms off working for 16, 17 hours when I started my first job. And guess where? After 6 months, my manager told me, Guru, you're too good. Get out of this group and go to London. My own manager told me to do that. So, so my suggestion is there is no substitute for hard work. Please don't come, oh, it is very hard to get internship as a fresher. If everything was easy, everyone would get an internship, right? If I was as good as Sandeep, I would be in those beautiful place called Calcutta having lot of fun. I'm in this cold country. What can I do? But there is always restrictions. And also one more thing, Anish, and for everyone, sorry, last 1 minute remembering,
yes,
find a find a mentor, find a colleague who's
very
experienced,
important.
and find someone who's able to share their knowledge. Don't expect spoon feeding. No, they are not your mom and dad or your brother or siblings. Find someone who can open doors for you. The same, I went to my head of people and said, "Hey, I tried my best. It's only 3 weeks." She said, "Okay, don't worry. Does she have a PC?" I said, "She has a Mac." Okay, good. At least she has the basics. And they told, "Okay, we will spend 3 4 hours or something like that." So please don't hesitate to ask. You may get 100 rejections. No one cares. The one yes matters.
Yes.
And please
One
don't
yes, one break make the differences.
exactly
That is
no
more
one
important.
exactly. So it is hard. 2023 was pretty hard for freshers and experienced people. Lots of people lost their jobs. It doesn't mean that people didn't succeed. Lots of companies are hiring too, right? So it is going to be a bit difficult, but if you put in the effort, there is always uh, um,
It's counter
Jay,
question.
ping me later, and Sandeep will talk to, because I think we're going to repeat our sentences here. How to approach? I don't want to go into too much details given the time limits, but my suggestion is that's where I'm saying find mentors who will help you how to write things. Communication is also very main. See, if I use bad words or inappropriate words, Sandeep will not be adding me to this video call, right? Obviously, when we are in private, we use all the bad words in the world, but we can't use this, right? And for
Yes, we
example,
have personas. Okay, I will say one thing that every people have personas. The way I talk to my daughter is different. The way I talk to my wife is different. The way I talk to my very good friends are different. The way I talk to the mentees are different. People
yeah,
have the personas there. Okay, so that's the thing. We should maintain that one. The
maintain the
reason why we say that,
professionalism. Yeah,
yes, yes. So when
yeah,
you're a
you
fresher,
maintain
you
your
talk to the
professionalism.
mentor. It has to be that way. When you're a fresher, you're asking for favors to other people. It has to be on a such a way. Okay,
Yeah.
those
Say, for
friend-
example, you can say, don't
yeah.
just send a LinkedIn request.
Yes.
Say, and add a message saying that, hi, my name is Jay. I'm a fresher and I have been doing these things. I'm looking for internship in your company. I heard that this is there. Is it possible for us to have a chat for 5-10 minutes? Or if you can let me know who can I talk to so that I can at least have a chance of internship. If this is not the case, please reply saying you don't have opportunities so that I don't come as being pushy. Thanks and regards. So you give them options. Now, if you put like this, even if they have one chance, they may give. But if you say they don't, they will at least reply saying we don't have one. Said, okay, sir, can you be my mentor or can you help me where I can find those? Start a conversation. Don't go, just connect and don't say any words. Like, okay, fine then. Most of them will accept and never that. So that is how you should do. And also emails. One thing I would say is don't have, okay, for people who are born in the year 69, please don't use your year. It's quite creepy. You know what 69 is? I don't need to tell, right? For example, use for example Sandeep.das. Good, right? My name is Guru, so I'm lucky, right? Now, for example, if your name is maybe sounds a bit odd, right? Make it as small, appropriate. For example,
Yes.
Tech Guru would be a good, or Tech, or Sandeep.tech. Yeah,
Yes. Those
put
are
like
school
that. Yeah,
something. School it's
yeah,
something professional. Cooler is better.
yeah.
Unprofessional cooler is not good. Not good. Okay.
Not good. Emails at gmail.com is good.
Yeah.
Yahoo.com. Remember, no one uses
No
yahoo.com
one
or
is it.
Hotmail. Get rid
Yes.
of
Yes.
that. Get the equivalent of
I will
Gmail.
say always have custom domain. Okay, even your fresher,
Mm,
this is very cheap. Only I think 500 rupees for 1 year, 2 year, right? For a simple domain. So have a very normal, whatever you want, short or long or whatever it is, professional one. Sound should sound professional. Custom
mm,
domain, and these days with domain itself, you get a email, and if you get a free email like Zoho, or there are many places where you can get free email. Just have
mm,
the domain, map with the free email,
mm.
use it forever. That
And
is should be done.
also, like GitHub has, for example, if you visit my GitHub, it has my GitHub profile itself is a website. So if you hit webtechguru.github.io, it will give you a website. Put it and put some effort in those. Please understand that means for people who are not here. I'll take one more minute, Sandeep. Sorry.
Yes, yes, you can go
Amount
ahead.
of effort which goes in the background, not many people know about it. So I wake up at 4:30, do a lot of stuff. Sandeep works till like 2 o'clock. We have our families, but we still do our
Yeah.
stuff. Unless you prepare, it becomes very hard for you. So if you don't prepare, as they say, there's a golden words. If you fail to prepare, be prepared to fail. That's what it is. You need to prepare. Ask for mentorship. Ask for senior. I get requests for free and paid. Of course, if you're already in a job, I'll not do it for free. But if you are not having a job and you need help, I'm I'm sure Sandeep is like this. Lots of Piyush is there, myself is there. There are hundreds and thousands of people who are more than eager to help. But be considerate. I have seen some people saying, Guru, help me. I was like, okay, what time? Oh, 9 o'clock in the morning, my time. I was like, I'm not going to wake up at 3:30 to help one person. No. And that too on a Saturday or Sunday. Well, no, I'm only available at this time. I play my badminton, right? So you need to be courteous and you need to show flexibility and also be courteous and be flexible. Say, for example, if I say, hey, can we do at 8 o'clock my time on a Saturday, which will be around lunchtime your time. You should not say, sir, at that time it's my lunchtime. Well, that's your problem, not mine, right? And also, don't say in your resume hobbies like watching movies or singing songs.
Don't mention hobbies itself.
Yeah,
I would
don't
say
mention hobbies
no,
unless you
no
have.
particular traits you should mention, like the hobbies and all this. Don't mention it at all.
Yeah,
Keep it professional. I've seen show you 5 examples. I'll make a separate blog post if required, or a separate site itself is required just to have resumes ready for you guys. Okay, so don't worry.
exactly. Exact. Don't put hobbies like singing songs. No. For example,
Mm.
in my hobbies, I say maintaining my own small data center in my garage. Now that's a very good hobby. Yeah,
Yes, but
because
you
yeah,
should mention as a side project. Again, you should
yeah,
mention not mention as a hobby. Okay,
yeah.
because
Side
of course it
project
should
we
be a
can.
hobby, but just try to tweak a bit. Okay, just to make it
Yeah,
sound interesting.
yeah. Don't put
Oh,
singing songs,
yes.
watching movies, or
Yeah.
traveling. Don't put that. Don't do that. It's a very bad idea. Or don't put hobbies at all. There is no need. That's your personal
That's
stuff.
what I was telling. Yes. So ultimately, I think as a summarize, okay, we talked. We summarize as a fresher. Like I think many people join at late. So for them, watch or so listen to the summary. First, you should have a simple looking resume without any. I will give you a quick example. Again, just to share the screen. Entry level. I'll just show you. Okay, maybe this one. Okay, just the basic name, work experience, and all that. I think one. Let me quickly share one thing. Just a moment. Let me just share the entire screen so that I don't have to look that way. Uh, this kind of resume also okay. Name, then basic summary. If you have any internship experience, mention it. If you don't have an internship, remove altogether. Then your skills and all that. If you have any, for example, project experiences, like here, okay, any project experiences, mention the project experiences. Uh, like anything that you have worked very dedicatedly, you should mention. Technical skills you should mention. Any courses certification you did, professional ones, mention that. Okay, and I think yeah, if you are from very good university, or if you have achieved really great achievements, you should be mentioning that as well. For example, GP of 3.93, or maybe 4 out of 4, or maybe a gold medalist. I mean, go all those things you should mention. Make the resume very attractive so that the recruiter is compelled to call you. That was our point. Keep it simple so that it can be shortlisted by the ATS, or application tracking software. If you keep it simple, keep it organized, keep it proper, and based on the job description, extract the keywords and put it into the resume. That will make your resume stand out. Okay, that was the point that we have mostly discussed in this particular session. Okay, so yeah, that was discussed.
Good.
Oh,
And if there is no more question, I understand Anish, but yeah, I know it's funny, but some people make those mistakes. Uh, Funky Guru or Funky
yes, I was
Pandya
thinking.
at Gmail. Don't do that because it shows your unprofessional attitude towards work, right? Right. For example, I used to have an email called Guru underscore Goldman Sachs
Never,
because I used to work for
never
them. But
visited large
then,
companies as a, yeah, yeah, the
yeah,
kind of a
but then
contact.
I removed it, right? So because once you finish Goldman, you shouldn't do that. So what I made it as very simple web tech guru because I love web technologies and web technology. So I put this, and thankfully my name is good. But for example, if you have Hardik, let's say, don't put Hardik.Pandya because Hardik.Pandya has to do with cricket. Maybe, maybe not. Just put, make sure that you are visible, professional, and also please be humble in your CV. Don't be
That's
over cocky. Please don't be over cocky.
don't be over smart, don't be over coffee. That's very
Exactly.
important.
Hey, I wish I had my wife's resume. She has
Maybe
never had to apply because she's been in the same job
we all
for
equal
15
age.
years.
And the thing is that my wife is like, "Hey, you gonna finish?" So we
Mm,
have to finish now. It's
yeah,
already late night, 11:39. See, 11:39 and still many people watching us. That is the most dragging part. Also,
yeah,
by the way, if you guys don't know, I mean, you guys might have known that's why you're watching this. I am making 365 videos in 65 days. Crazy challenge.
yeah.
So it is the second day video. Of course, third day there will be maybe recorded, maybe live. I don't know. That's interesting to see. And of course, the you guys don't worry. The Go course fourth day video will be coming to the this weekend. Okay, so be prepared. Okay, and I want you guys to practice, learn from the videos, share the post that what you learned. That will be very interesting to see, at least from my side. Okay,
Mm,
and see you soon in my next video. And of course, subscribe Guru's channel. I will just put Guru's channel link and his LinkedIn also in the description and in the first comment. So go and check it out. He's all these amazing works. Okay, see you soon in my next video, and bye. And excel in what you do. Okay, keep learning, keep doing the great things. Bye bye.
Okay, then
Good
see then. Good night. Good night. Good night.